And I got a chance to interact with Mr. Finnbarr, who is the director of Innopharma.
So we have a master's in pharmaceutical business and technology.
And since you are from Innopharma, I assume students get a chance to use exposure to the industry and to your labs for their practicals.
Innopharma itself is a technology company that develops technology for the pharmaceutical industry. So that network is very, very important.
Pharmaceutical industry is into the critical skill shortage in and thereby the chances of getting a job in quality assurance, in production, in drug discovery, in pharmaceutical business management, in regulatory affairs are very high. When you go for a program which is in the critical skill shortage, students get a lot of advantage from the placement point of view.
Skill you can teach, but attitude is fundamentally important. Our definition of success is you get a job, and a meaningful job.
Welcome to Easy Chat, presented by EazyLink Academy. In my last visit to Ireland, I got a chance to visit industries, universities, colleges, and I also met a lot of my students there in Ireland. Let me tell you, Ireland is a country known for its hospitality, love and care. You find a huge difference when you reach Ireland from other countries. And I got a chance to interact with Mr. Finnbarr, who is the director of Innopharma and head of pharmaceutical department in Griffith College, Ireland.
Yeah, hi, very welcome to meet you. My name is Finnbarr Sheehy. I'm the head of the Griffith Innopharma Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science here in Griffith College in Ireland.
Thank you so much for that, and let me start with a very positive note. I had dinner with my students here who are currently doing pharmaceutical program, the pharmaceutical and business technology program. Very happy about the curriculum, the individual attention, support given to them, and you added saying you are going to get one or two more faculties to help them to get to the industry. Thank you so much for that. And can you tell about the scope of this program and the core content of this PVT program for our newcomers?
Okay, so we have a master's in pharmaceutical business and technology. That master's will allow anybody who has a second-class 2-2 degree or higher in science, engineering, quality, computation, medicine to come on our program. The program is designed primarily for somebody who wants to work in the pharmaceutical, clinical or life science industry. People who want to work in manufacturing, people who want to work in process improvement, in regulatory affairs, for example. The program is made up of a series of modules, one in the area of manufacturing, pharmaceutical manufacturing. We have modules in the areas of quality and regulation, clinical research, clinical trials, process improvement, so concepts like Lean and Six Sigma, for example. We also have modules in the areas of strategy, and somebody obviously can then do a dissertation in any one of those areas, as long as it's in the areas of technology, with some elements of business as well.
And since you are from Innopharma, I assume students get a chance to use exposure to the industry and to your labs for their practicals?
Yeah. So we have some practicals. In Ireland, we have a very, very strong link to industry. We all work in industry. We've all come from industry. Innopharma itself is a technology company that develops technology for the pharmaceutical industry. So that network is very, very important. And actually what's very, very important is most of the lecturers on the program actually work in industry. So for example, some of them would be very senior in Pfizer and Takeda, and they work in those companies during the day, and then they come to students and lecture with students in the evenings or during the daytime as well. We think that's hugely important.
Okay, and I got a chance to go to all these companies in Cork and Limerick. I went to Pfizer, I went to Johnson, and I found one of my students working there in contact lens manufacturing unit in Limerick. So they in fact called me Doubting Thomas, but then I touched, and then I believe that there are enough of vacancies and industry is booming up in Ireland.
Yeah, industry in Ireland is very strong. There's a big demand for people either working as from operators to quality roles, regulatory roles, engineering roles, validation roles. There's a very, very strong spread. And what we find historically is a lot of international students will go into jobs as operators, and then they'll progress up more and more very, very quickly as well. They'll progress very, very quickly.
And this is the typical skill shortage of the country?
Yeah, there's a lot of roles out there that are on the critical skills list. So whether it's in validation, engineering, pharmaceutical sciences, for example, there's a lot of options there. And obviously any student who graduates has a 2-year stay back as well, which is hugely important.
If we need to summarize, he said 2 major points. Point number 1, pharmaceutical industry is into the critical skill shortage in Ireland, and thereby the chances of getting a job in quality assurance, in production, in drug discovery, in pharmaceutical business management, in regulatory affairs are very high. Yeah. So when you go for a program which is in the critical skill shortage, students get a lot of advantage from the placement point of view. Point number 2, this program is designed in collaboration with Innopharma, and he is director from Innopharma. So there is a lot of industry connect to the program. For example, students do their practicals and they use the lab of the company, and many professors are from the industry. There are people from Pfizer, people from Johnson as teaching faculties for them. So students get a big industry connect, and thereby the placement ratio is always above 90%. And dear students and teachers, the best news is we had a discussion, and Mr. Finnbarr has agreed that we can think about a small 10 to 15 hours kind of a program as an introduction for you to understand something on quality, something on regulatory affairs, something on clinical trials, etc., etc. So you get a chance to understand whether it is your cup of tea or not, and to choose the right program in the right context. Yeah, hope we'll be able to make it together very soon. Yeah. So finally, your message to my students, what do you want to tell them?
My message, I think, is 1, we would love to have you. You'd be very, very welcome. We've had a phenomenal track record over the last few years. It's been very, very successful. Typically, the students who come do very, very well over here. What I like is everybody's keen, everybody is eager to progress. The style and the culture and the attitude of typical students, they do very, very well here. And that, to me, is one of the most important things. Attitude is fundamentally important. Skill you can teach, but attitude is fundamentally important. So we would love to have you. We would do everything we can to get you into jobs. Our definition of success is you get a job, and a meaningful job. This is not just an academic program. The most important thing is about helping you to get into a job and help you to develop a career that you want in this country.
Wonderful ending to the student, that we focus more on your career. Yeah, thank you so much, and it works well since you are from the industry. Thank you so much for your time.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah. Good. And the good news is, here Griffith College is promising 2 things. 1, if a student wanted to do an add-on program only on quality assurance, for example, only on regulatory affairs, for example, if there are minimum students, they are more than happy to do this. So let's say on and above pharmaceutical business technology program, if a student wanted to do an add-on program on one particular topic, Griffith College is willing to help the students. Point number 2, we are also willing to do some introductory programs for students in India who are already doing their science and engineering and pharma. Yeah. For example, a student is getting a 15 hours kind of a program in quality assurance. Yeah, so they get a chance to study it in the weekends for 15 hours. Maybe we can do it in a month's time on a very, very negligible price. So they can realize after the course whether it is their cup of tea. Yeah, so we can give this kind of a short-term program for students to understand whether their skills and their interests are matching to this kind of an industry. And finally, I'm very happy the way he closed the discussion. He said a very meaningful sentence. He said, the success of this program is when the student gets a meaningful job. It is to be underlined, a meaningful job, which means a job in connection to what they have studied. The beautiful ending to the discussion. So students, we welcome you to Ireland for a program on pharmaceutical business and technology. In the next episode, we will discuss about 2 more pharma programs. One is pharmaceutical data analytics, and another one will be pharmaceutical business management. With this, we end this chapter of Easy Chat. Thanks to Mr. Finnbarr for joining with us, and thanks to Griffith College for facilitating this program. Students, so for further details, you may contact EazyLink Academy for understanding the curriculum, for understanding the syllabus module of this program, and for the scholarship options. Yeah, thank you very much.